Arizona Diamondbacks first baseman Paul Goldschmidt, Gary A. Vasquez, USA Today Sports. Amid the rumors that the Diamondbacks could deal first baseman Paul Goldschmidt, the Yankees are reportedly not showing significant interest in the six-time All-Star, according to Fancred Sports Jon Heyman. Arizona, Heyman reported on Tuesday, has been willing to listen to offers for players like Goldschmidt and pitcher Zack Greinke. However, a rival executive told Heyman he believed a trade of Goldschmidt was remote. The 31-year-old Goldschmidt hit .290 with 33 home runs and 83 RBIs for the Diamondbacks last season. He has hit at least .290 with an OPS of at least .899 in each of the past 6 seasons with 3 top 3 MVP finishes. ESPN's Buster Olney speculated in October that the Yankees would be a great fit for Goldschmidt given his power-hitting abilities and how he could impact an already stacked Yankees lineup. However, GM Brian Cashman said the team's first baseman is already on the roster. Cashman told NJ Advance Media on Wednesday that Luke Voit is currently the starting first baseman over Greg Bird after Voigt's second half helped spark the Yankees into the playoffs. Obviously, we had a first baseman that we acquired late in the year that played really well for us. He's currently manning that position, Cashman said of Voit, who hit .333 with 14 home runs and 33 RBIs as a Yankee in the second half. Voit will have a chance to reclaim his spot, or reinforce that that's his spot. And Bird will have a chance to try to take it from him. We'll see. Voigt's acquisition was more of an afterthought after the Yankees also acquired J.A. Happen Lance Lynn at the deadline, but his strong second half helped the Yankees once Bird's slump led to his benching. The 25-year-old Bird struggled immensely last season, hitting just .199 with 11 home runs and 38 RBIs in 82 games. Cashman said he thought Bird will benefit from having an off-season in which he's completely healthy and will compete for a roster spot in the spring. We're still willing to give it some opportunity, Cashman said of Bird. I know what the talent level is. I still think in his case, the best is potentially yet to come. At least we'll give it that opportunity because we have flexibility with him. Bird missed the 2016 season recovering from shoulder surgery and missed most of the 2017 season with an ankle-foot injury that lingered into 2018 and resulted in him missing the first 6 weeks of last season. I do think Birdie will benefit from the time off and will have a chance to resuscitate and prove himself, Cashman said. Agent outfielder Bryce Harper has indicated, via agent Scott Boras, he would be willing to play first base for a team as well. However, it appears like Cashman is willing to stick with Voit and Bird as opposed to making another splash. CC Sabathia, 52, mandatory credit. Andy Marlin, USA Today Sports. Andy Marlin, Yankees LHP. CC Sabathia will play one final season in the major leagues, he said in a video posted on his Twitter page. The veteran left-hander signed a 1-year, $8 million deal with the Yankees on Wednesday to return for a 19th season. This will be it, said the 38-year-old Sabathia, who won a World Series as a member of the Yankees' 2009 team. Bryce Harper is worth big money. 0 hours 2 minutes and 52 seconds. Bryce Harper's agent Scott Boras believes that whichever franchise inks the prized free agent will see a major boost in revenue and success. Scott Boras sure knows how to sell his top free agent, and if Bryce Harper, Boras, MLB's top agent, took some time at the GM meetings in Carlsbad, CA to speak to reporters about a variety of subjects. From the state of the MLB to his very intriguing 25-year-old All-Star, Harper is in the prime of his career, and is expected to see a mega deal with a new team before the season begins. Boras explained why Harper's situation is so rare due to his status as a generational player. Sanchez needs shoulder surgery. 0 hours 1 minute and 38 seconds. Yankees GM Brian Cashman reveals the news that catcher Gary Sanchez will require shoulder surgery that could sideline him until opening day. In an interview at the GM meetings, Yankees GM Brian Cashman told reporters Gary Sanchez will need to undergo shoulder surgery on his non-throwing arm this offseason. Cashman went further in depth on the injury, saying it has been bothersome since 2017. Sanchez would receive cortisone shots to play through it, but he aggravated it somehow while training in Tampa this past week. We could have continued with the conservative treatment, but we're going to go the other route and just stay ahead of it, Cashman said. Downtime is 3 months, he'll be ready to go by opening day at the latest. Bryce Harper, 34, mandatory credit. Kim Clement, USA Today Sports. Kim Clement, SNY's Andy Martino discusses the latest surrounding Bryce Harper and the Yankees, including whether or not they would consider him if he plays a different position. The vibe that I'm catching is that has caught the Yankees' attention just a little bit. Bryce Harper's willingness to move to first base has piqued the Yankees' interest, but Hitmartinonic still doesn't think he'll end up in New York. Pic.twitter.com/OCJ9Soof36 Sportsnet New York. At SNY TV, November 7, 2018. Chris Carelli, SNY TV. Facebook, Twitter. About me. Archives. The Yankees might have resigned CC Sabathia to hold down the back end of their rotation, but the club has very clearly indicated they will vastly improve the starting rotation. Let's rank, in reverse order, the top 6 pitchers said to be on the Yankees' radar on the free agent and trade markets. Number 6. Nathan Eovaldi. October 25, 2016, Cleveland, Ohio, USA. Cleveland Indians relief pitcher Andrew Miller reacts after striking out Chicago Cubs catcher David Ross, not pictured to end the top of the 7th inning in Game 1 of the 2016 World Series at Progressive Field. Ken Blaze, USA Today Sports. Andy Martino, SNY.TV. Twitter. Both the Yankees and Mets have expressed interest in free agent reliever Andrew Miller, but he is not close to a deal with either team. Coming off a down year caused by patellar tendinitis in his left knee, Miller is seeking a multi-year deal, according to Major League sources. Interested teams are waiting to see if the medicals give them pause, and hope that an off-season of rest will restore Miller's health. The Yankees like Miller because they know him, and considered him an especially good clubhouse presence during his first go-around with the team. They are also looking to maintain a dominant pen despite the potential departures of Zach Britton and David Robertson. Yankees not out on a Harper deal. 0 hours 1 minute and 3 seconds. SNY Yankees insider Sweeney Moorty discusses why Bryce Harper would be a perfect addition to the Yankees' young core despite a hefty price tag. John Harper, for SNY.TV. Twitter. Just because Scott Boras is making the case that Bryce Harper could solve the Yankees' first base problem doesn't mean Brian Cashman should come running with an open checkbook, but at the very least it's an intriguing thought, one the team in the Bronx can't afford to dismiss. After all, can anyone say with certainty that Greg Bird will overcome his recent injury history and slumping ways at the plate to become the star slugger the Yankees once envisioned? New York Yankees general manager Brian Cashman talks with media during practice at George M. Steinbrenner Field, Woodsville, USA Today Sports. There's not a person in Boston who laments the Red Sox acquisition of Chris Sale from the White Sox in 2016. But if you ask Brian Cashman, the general manager of a Yankees team that could have used Sale in the last 2 postseasons, he'll tell you he also has no regrets about passing on a trade for the lefty ace. Thank God I didn't do that, actually, Cashman said Tuesday at the GM meetings in California, per the New York Post. You'd be missing some serious components of our major league club right now that are under control. We wouldn't have gotten anywhere if I did anything like that with the White Sox back then. CC Sabathia, 52, mandatory credit. Brad Penner, USA Today Sports. Brad Penner, CC Sabathia is coming back for 1 more year. The Yankees and the veteran southpaw agreed to a 1-year, $8 million deal, pending physical. SNY confirmed. Sabathia reportedly did not want to look around elsewhere this winter and wanted to work out a deal quickly with the Yankees to return for 2019. Per Joel Sherman of the New York Post, Cashman on replacing Didi. 0 hours 3 minutes and 39 seconds. Yankees GM Brian Cashman discusses the team's approach to replacing Didi Gregorius and the development of their young pitching prospects. Perhaps the Yankees won't break the bank this offseason. After managing to stay under the luxury tax in 2018, many expect the Yankees to go all in this offseason on free agent spending, but GM Brian Cashman would not go as far as Saying that is the case, at the GM meetings in California on Tuesday, Cashman said that the Yankees are still a behemoth-type payroll, but it would not be the preference to exceed the luxury tax threshold in 2019. New York Yankees J.A. Happ delivers a pitch during the first inning of a baseball game against the Tampa Bay Rays Tuesday, August 14, 2018, in New York. AP photo, Frank Franklin 2, AP, Andy Martino, SNY.TV, Twitter, Carlsbad, Caliph. The Yankees have already engaged in preliminary talks with free agent J.A. Happ's agent about a return, per Major League sources, and there is definite mutual interest in a reunion. But it's early enough in the offseason that the sides are both weighing other options, too. That is in keeping with the Yanks' primary goals this winter, which are to improve the starting rotation and make sure the bullpen remains strong. As SNY first reported, the team is not interested in Bryce Harper, and is lukewarm on Manny Machado. The latter is more likely to become a Yankee than the former, but both are less important to Brian Cashman than pitching. In addition to Happ, who is 36 but in excellent shape and expecting to pitch for many more years, the Yankees are in the early stages of weighing several intriguing trade options. Both Cleveland and Seattle are prepared to deal high-end pitchers like Corey Kluber, Carlos Carrasco and James Paxton, and the Yankees are interested in all of them, though the free agent market is a bit more appealing to them than a trade, because they have already traded away several top prospects. Cleveland Indians starting pitcher Corey Kluber, 28, throws a pitch during the first inning against the Chicago White Sox at Progressive Field. Ken Blaze USA Today Sports, with the Indians looking to shed payroll and the Mariners considering tearing things down completely, the Yankees have trade interest in starting pitchers Corey Kluber, Carlos Carrasco, and James Paxton, reports Jon Heyman of Fancred, who says the Yankees are meeting with the Indians Tuesday at the GM meetings. "I'm interested in adding more than one pitcher," GM Brian Cashman said Monday. "I think I need to add multiples. If I can do so, we'll see. I'm not going to say who and when, but we will make sure we check every box in terms of what's available and the cost associated with what's available in both marketplaces, free agency and trades," Cashman said. Aside from Luis Severino and Masahiro Tanaka, the Yankees don't have any certainties in the rotation for 2019 and beyond. New York Yankees second baseman Gleyber Torres throws the ball to first base for an out during the first inning against the Tampa Bay Rays at Tropicana Field. Kim Clement, USA Today Sports. The Yankees will need to find a replacement at shortstop while Didi Gregorius recovers from Tommy John surgery through at least the first half of the 2019 season. Gleyber Torres may be the player to fill the void, but the second baseman's agent says Torres would be ready to take over full-time at shortstop if necessary. "I think he would, wouldn't you?" Alan Nero said at the GM meetings in California on Tuesday, per NJ.com's Brendan Cuddy. "He just wants to play." Japanese LHP Yusei Kikuchi, who the Yankees scouted in late September, has been posted by the Seibu Lions. And he's now repped by super agent Scott Boras. In addition to the Yankees, the Giants, Red Sox, Dodgers, Phillies, Brewers, and Rangers were among the teams on hand to watch Kikuchi on Sept. 28, and he will soon be available to the highest bidder. Under the new posting rules that went into effect last offseason, Kikuchi will have 30 days to negotiate with all teams. If he agrees to a contract, a portion of it will go to his old Japanese team as their release fee. August 7, 2018, Chicago, Illinois, USA. New York Yankees designated hitter Miguel Andujar, 41, celebrates his RBI single during the 13th inning against the Chicago White Sox at Guaranteed Rate Field. Mandatory credit, Patrick Gorski USA Today Sports. Patrick Gorski, a Yankee player, could be named American League Rookie of the Year for the second straight season. If they can beat out Shohei Ohtani. Third baseman Miguel Andujar and second baseman Gleyber Torres were both named finalists for the American League Rookie of the Year award on Monday. To say each of them had a successful rookie campaign would be an understatement. New York Yankees general manager Brian Cashman talks with media during practice at George M. Steinbrenner Field. Butch Dill, USA Today Sports. The Yankees hope to re-sign CC Sabathia, aim to add multiple pitchers via trade or free agency, and have received interest in Sonny Gray. GM Brian Cashman told reporters at GM meetings on Monday. "We need to reinforce our pitching, so we'll do the best we can with that," Cashman said, according to MLB.com's Brian Hoke. "That seems to be a yearly effort." The Yankees will enter the 2019 season with Luis Severino and Masahiro Tanaka as staples from last season's rotation, and could also put top pitching prospect Justus Sheffield in the mix, but Cashman said he hopes the team will re-sign Sabathia, who has been with the Yankees since 2009. March 12, 2017, Lakeland, FL, USA. New York Mets assistant hitting coach Pat Rosler, 6, walks to the dugout during pre-game warm-ups of an MLB spring training baseball game against the Detroit Tigers at Joker Marchant Stadium. Mandatory credit. Reinhold Mate, USA Today Sports. Reinhold Mate. The Mets will not be retaining hitting coach Pat Rosler for the 2019 season, SNY's Andy Martino confirmed. Rosler, 58, may not have to leave New York, though. The former Mets hitting coach is highly respected within the Yankees organization, where he was director of player development from 2005 to 14. July 29, 2017, Cooperstown, NY, USA. The National Baseball Hall of Fame Museum in Cooperstown, NY. Mandatory credit. Gregory J. Fisher, USA Today Sports. Gregory Fisher, former Yankees owner George Steinbrenner, is getting another chance at the National Baseball Hall of Fame. The Today's Game-era ballot for the class of 2019 was released on Monday, and Steinbrenner appears on the ballot for the third consecutive season. Steinbrenner, who bought the Yankees in 1973 and presided over 6 World Series titles and 11 American League pennants, is the lone executive on the ballot and only non-living candidate. Chris Carelli, SNY, TV, Facebook, Twitter. About Me. Archives. The Yankees typically traverse the offseason like a wildcat laying in the weeds, readying to pounce on the move that fits into the organization's methodological game plan. With the GM meetings set to begin Monday, what might be areas where the Yankees concentrate their efforts? This offseason likely won't be any different than the past, although the cat might take some early morsels before devouring the bulk of its prey. The Yankees established their priorities immediately after their ouster from the playoffs, again a consistent part of the overall strategy. Make Space, October 3, 2018, Bronx, NY, USA. New York Yankees general manager Brian Cashman, right before the 2018 American League wildcard playoff baseball game against the Oakland Athletics at Yankee Stadium. Mandatory credit. Danielle Parhiskaran /NorthJersey.com via USA Today Sports. Danielle Parhiskaran. The GM meetings begin Monday in Carlsbad, CA, and continue through November 7. Typically, during the day, GMs and their staff spend more time discussing business about the game. However, in addition to conferences and meetings about league issues, the GM meetings are used for teams to meet, talk about agendas, player values, off-season plans, and learn who plans to do what and who may be available as everyone looks to improve their position through the off-season. New York Yankees right fielder Esteban Florial hits an RBI single during the 4th inning against the Detroit Tigers at Publix Field at Joker Marchant Stadium. Kim Clement, USA Today Sports. Yankees no. 2 prospect Esteban Florial hit a triple in the 3rd inning of the Arizona Fall League Fall Stars game on Saturday. Florial hit 9th and started in right field. He walked in his second plate appearance before he was replaced. Florial played primarily with Single-A Tampa this past season, along with 9 games in the Gulf Coast League. He played in 84 games, hitting .283 with 6 home runs, 35 RBI, 19 doubles, 4 triples, and 16 stolen bases. Corey Kluber, 28, mandatory credit. Troy Tormina, USA Today Sports. Troy Tormina. The Cleveland Indians absolutely ran away with the AL Central title this season. But, as they enter the off-season, they are willing to trade some of their valuable assets. According to ESPN's Buster Olney, the only players that appear safe at the moment are SS Francisco Lindor and 3B, 1B Jose Ramirez, so, players like RHP Corey Kluber and RHP Carlos Carrasco among others will be open for business during the winter meetings. For the Yankees, an ace is exactly what they are looking for, with Luis Severino and Masahiro Tanaka not proving they can be that consistent starter. Kluber is a two-time Cy Young Award winner, and those type of pitchers rarely get shopped around. Chris Carelli, SNY, TV, Facebook, Twitter, About Me, archives the stars, literally and figuratively, have lined up for the Yankees to make a splash this winter. The burden of heavy league taxes has been removed and a robust free agent market is before them. The Yankees worked for years to diminish payroll expenditures with an eye toward the 2019 season. John Harper, for SNY.TV, Twitter, it would be incorrect to call the idea of the Yankees trading for Madison Bumgarner a pipe dream, considering the state of disrepair that currently defines the San Francisco Giants. In fact, the immediate future of their organization is so bleak that team president, Larry Baer, has declared the need for new direction, starting with the ongoing search for a young, analytically savvy GM who can modernize the old-school front office. And given the Giants' lack of young talent at the major or minor league level, coming off back-to-back horrendous seasons, it's not unreasonable to think the new GM would consider trading Bumgarner as a way of jump-starting a major rebuild. New York Yankees owner Hal Steinbrenner talks to the media during MLB owners' meetings, Wednesday, August 17, 2016, in Houston. AP photo, Eric Christian Smith, AP, Yankees managing general partner Hal Steinbrenner is still reeling over his team's loss to the Red Sox in this year's divisional series. I mean, how could he not? The Red Sox are not only the Yankees' most hated rival, but it was in their own ballpark to make matters worse. It is why Steinbrenner told the Post's Joel Sherman the 3-1 series loss certainly pisses me off. I never want a division rival to outdo us. I have no love for the Red Sox on the field or in the division, Steinbrenner added. New York Yankees relief pitcher Justus Sheffield pitches against the Boston Red Sox during the 9th inning at Yankee Stadium. Brad Penner, USA Today Sports, Yankees LHP Justus Sheffield was ranked the top prospect in the organization while outfielder Estevan Florial was ranked second, according to Baseball America. Baseball America ranked RHP Jonathan Loaisiga third, outfielder Everson Pereira fourth and catcher Anthony Seigler fifth. Outfielder Antonio Cabello, 8th, and RHP's Mike King, 6th, Davy Garcia, 7th, Roansy Contreras, 8th, and Albert Abreu, 10th, rounded out the top 10. Didi Gregorius, 18, mandatory credit. Brad Penner, USA Today Sports. Brad Penner, the Yankees have 9 arbitration-eligible players this offseason. 6 of them are locks to be offered arbitration, and 3 of them have a more uncertain Yankees future. According to MLB Trade Rumors, here's what they're projected to make if offered arbitration, and what the rest of their contract situation is. We'll first tackle the locks to be offered arbitration, followed by the question marks. Locks. Derek Jeter hits a walk-off home run in the bottom of the 10th to even the 2001 World Series at 2-2. Before he was officially captain of the Yankees, Derek Jeter became Mr. November. 17 years ago on this date, Jeter lifted the Yankees with a walk-off home run off Arizona Diamondbacks closer Byung-Hyun Kim in the 10th inning of Game 4 of the World Series. New York Yankees Brett Gardner, 11, follows through on a 2-run triple during the 8th inning of a baseball game against the Boston Red Sox in New York, Wednesday, May 9, 2018. AP photo, Kathy Willens, AP. The Yankees had until midnight on Wednesday to decide whether or not to pick up veteran of Brett Gardner's option for 2019. After declining the option, the team announced they reached a new 1-year deal to keep him in pinstripes once again, next season. According to MLB.com, Mark Feinson, Gardner will earn $7.5 million next season. The $2 million buyout that was part of his contract will be reflected on the Yankees' 2018 payroll, which doesn't affect their status of staying under the luxury tax threshold. The 35-year Gardner hit .236, .322, .368 with 12 homers, 20 doubles, and 7 triples in 140 games, 530 at-bats, in 2018, though he continued to be a positive in the field as he was worth 10 DRS, defensive runs saved, in 1,185 innings in the outfield. Chris Carelli, SNY, TV, Facebook, Twitter, About Me, Archives. The Yankees invested heavily in creating a Super Bowl pen for the 2018 season and the results were mixed. Two elite relievers, David Robertson and Zack Greinke, heading to the free agent market. How will the Yankees seek to create a lockdown endgame relief crew for 2019? Foundation remains the Yankees will return 3 of their 5 high-leverage relievers from 2018 to 2019, with Dellin Betances and Chad Green set to once again bridge the gap to closer Aroldis Chapman. Misery parody. Sometimes there's nothing scarier than New York sports. In honor of Halloween, we've spun some famous horror flicks into movies about the Giants, Jets, Yankees and Mets. Check out SNY's adaptations and movie posters below, along with the synopses. Paul Rutherford. Even at their World Series parade, the Red Sox are still talking about the Yankees. Manager Alex Cora took the honors this time. Think about it. The New York Yankees, yeah, the sky was falling, Cora said on Wednesday morning in Boston. We lost Game 2 and it was panicking here. Everybody was like, whoa, it's over. We scored 16 at Yankee Stadium. Suck on it. Click below to see. New York Yankees right fielder Esteban Florial hits an RBI single during the 4th inning against the Detroit Tigers at Publix Field at Joker Marchant Stadium. Kim Clement, USA Today Sports. Yankees outfield prospect Esteban Florial was selected to play in the Arizona Fall League's Fall Stars game this Saturday at Surprise Stadium in Arizona. Florial will represent the West team and is among a dozen of MLB Pipeline's top 100 prospects to be featured in the game. The 21-year-old is coming off a season in which he hit 16 doubles and scored 45 runs in 75 games for the Tampa Yankees. In high single-A, Washington Nationals' Bryce Harper looks out from the dugout before a baseball game against the Los Angeles Dodgers, Sunday, May 20, 2018, in Washington. AP photo, Nick Wazes, AP, Andy Martino, SNY.TV, Twitter. As the Yankees wrapped their pro scouting meetings last week and determined a preliminary off-season strategy, a pursuit of free agent outfielder Bryce Harper was not part of the plan, according to Major League sources. As with Manny Machado, who the Yankees will monitor but not likely pursue aggressively, ownership could step in and mandate a Harper signing. The Steinbrenner family just watched the Boston Red Sox win yet another World Series, and might be in the mood to load up on superstars. But the Yankees' early feeling is that Harper simply doesn't fit. While they could use the left-handed bat in a righty-heavy lineup, they feel that their outfield and DH spots are spoken for. August 17, 2018, Seattle, Washington, USA. Los Angeles Dodgers shortstop Manny Machado, 8, tosses his bet after hitting a home run against the Seattle Mariners at Safeco Field. Mandatory credit, Jennifer Buchanan, USA Today Sports. Jennifer Buchanan, Andy Martino, SNY.TV, Twitter. We're not here. The morning after the Boston Red Sox won their 4th World Series championship since 2004, to tell you that the Yankees definitely will not sign Manny Machado. If you're a Yankee fan, you probably don't want to hear that today. And they're the Yankees. They might end up with a superstar shortstop, after all. But we are here to tell you that the baseball operations and scouting departments, which spent most of last week meeting to plot an off-season strategy, was not impressed by Machado's post-season antics, and are now lukewarm on pursuing the former Oriole and Dodger, according to Major League sources. Former baseball player